So I really took a long time trying to make this episode. I kept thinking that I was going to do it. I was like, yes, it'll happen. And then the weeks turned into months, and the months turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into years. No, I'm just kidding. But it really did get stretched out from my initial plan to talk about winning. I think I was waiting, to be frankly honest, waiting for a win to talk about. I mean, I wanted it to be a progressive and movement episode where I'm actively sharing a win that has happened, something grand, featured on this, met this goal. And I waited. I waited. And I realized that I've already been winning all along. Winning isn't an act of one or two things, or a win is not just one or two accomplishments. It's a process. It's a journey. It's an experience. And it really hit me today as I recorded this episode because I stepped outside, and for the first time in a little while, I actually let my dogs just go potty wherever they go, and I let them just peruse outside in the sunny grass. See, typically when I go outside, I'm pushing and rushing and telling them to come on, let's go. And we gotta go potty, go potty. And in that moment, I looked up at the sky. I saw a big bird flying, and I heard the rustling of the trees, and I heard my wind chimes in the distance, and I heard the birds tweeting, and I ever so slightly pulled off my shoes, just a little bit, pulled off my shoes and decided to just place my feet on the bare grass. One foot, I was nervous because Florida, where I live, has a little bit of those sticker burl things they call them back in the day, where they like little burrs that stick to your feet. But I stuck my feet out in the grass, and it was this feeling, this freedom, this flow that I began to feel. And I stepped slowly my other shoe out, teasing my foot, stepped my other foot out, and both my feet were on the ground in that moment. And, I laughed at myself for a second because I know that, people think of it as a hippie thing or a grounding thing. But in that moment, it felt like so right, so perfect, so everything that I needed. And I just knew that that was exactly where I needed to be in that space and time and in that moment in this thing we called life. And in that moment, I truly realized that I actually was winning. I'm winning. And the fact that I can be present in the moment of my life, I can be present in my journey, in my process, that's the win. I don't know what hit me in that moment, but I realized that just being okay with where I am and what is happening in my life and all that it is winning. Being okay with the unknown, being okay with the difficult times, being okay just stepping in the grass with no plan. I think that moment, it really made me realize that I've been searching for wins for so long, searching for that high, that big deal that I close, or searching for that publication, that right feature that changes the game. And while it's great to have those financial successes, it's great to have that recognition. I realize more than anything now is that I really care less about the recognition unless it means that it's going to help others feel hopeful and inspired, or it's going to give others the knowledge and awareness of what I can bring to help their lives be better. Those things don't matter to me though anymore about the recognition in itself for the sake of recognition. It's about being able to be joyful and to be able to be peaceful in the times that we oftentimes don't feel, or being able to find peace in the chaos. Everything hasn't gone perfect in the work that I do across my businesses. There's been great moments, and there's been other moments where I'm like, oh no, how do we get here? But I'm coming to realize that the win is being able to ride the wave of both, ride the wave of the good and be in the good, and ride the wave of the bad and be able to face the bad. I was watching a documentary, and one of the statements was that the real winners in life, the real people who succeed are the ones that don't necessarily don't have bad things happen, but when challenges happen, they're able to walk along the challenge. They're able to keep going in that cycle. And if things don't go well based on the risk they take or based on how they respond to the challenge, they go back and they try again until they figure it out. They're people who just continue to keep going despite what's thrown at them, despite how things look. And so for me, this idea of a win has changed everything. For me, this idea of winning is winning in happiness, winning in hope, winning in joy, winning in peace, winning in the fact that life is what it is. There's this phrase that I like to say for myself to help me when I'm having that moment of like, oh gosh, how do we get here? I say the statement, these things happen, because it's true. These things happen. Things happen that keep us from reaching our success, that keep us from reaching our goals. But that doesn't mean it's the end. It just might mean that it might take a little more creativity to get there. It might take a little bit more patience, a little more insight, a little bit of changing if we have to. So next time you're trying to navigate and find a win, maybe look within and see, yeah, what wins am I embodying? Am I embodying the winning experience? Am I winning and don't even know that I'm winning? That's the question I think we all ask ourselves, right? Or we need to start asking ourselves, am I winning and don't realize that I'm winning? That's something that I'll continue to ask myself every day when things get difficult or when I feel lost in the array of life. Am I actually winning and just don't realize that I'm winning in this process. I'm making it. I'm showing up every day. Everything that life has to offer, I'm doing my best to navigate it. So thanks for allowing me to share my winning Wednesday with you. It's Sabriya Charles here, and that's my journey. What's yours?